Okay, today's topic is the coordination. Till now you learn about different life process, nutrition, respiration, transportation and excretion. So all these life process occur through the coordination of various systems. For example, kidneys eliminate the waste from the body. Kidneys means excretory system. But only excretory system cannot do that function. It has to coordinate with other systems, nervous system, muscular system, transportation system. So you know, living things has many characteristic features: growth, development, respiration, response to stimuli. Here, response to stimuli takes place through the coordination process. Response to stimuli means the plant grow towards the light. Here light is the stimulus, grow towards the light is the response. Internally and externally, all our activities takes place through the response to stimulus only. For example, if you see some physical activities, for example, you are writing on the paper with a pen or sitting on the bench simply. In every activity, there is a coordination. Usually, the movement of the body has three basic functions. Those are the balance, coordination and movement. These three basic functions are there. For example, when you are sharpening a pencil or writing on the paper with a pen, these three basic functions involved. So as I said, whether it is internal function or external function, there is a coordination of various systems. Okay, what would trigger the movement of these parts in the body? What would triggers? For example, writing with pen includes movement of muscles. What triggers the movement of muscles? There is a stimulus. What is stimulus? What is stimuli? The change in the environment. Signal of change is called stimuli. That means a change in the environment, whether it is internal environment or external environment. It triggers the movement of muscles. That means response. As I said, see here, the plant growing towards the light. Here light is the stimulus, bending towards the light is the response. In this process, there is a pathway. There is a pathway. What does pathway? What does that pathway includes means? It starts with the detection of stimuli. Detection of stimuli. Next, transmission of information. Next, third one, processing. Fourth one, execution of response. For example, when you are crossing the road, just see this example. If you are crossing the road, first what do? You check either side. Then only you cross. In this activity, there is a coordination between sensory system, nervous system and muscular system. One more example. For example, if you touch a sharp object, sharp object. What do? You withdraw your hand back immediately. If you touch very hard utensil on the stove, you take your hand back immediately. Right? So what is the pathway included in that stimulus to response? So whenever you touch the object, whenever you touch the sharp object or a hard object, sense organs detect that change or detect that stimulus. Sense organs, the cells in the sense organs are called stimulus detectors. Stimulus detectors. The stimulus detectors in the sense organs detect that stimulus. Stimulus means change in the environment. Later what happens? The information about that stimuli transmit to the system in the body, that is nervous system. So transmission of information. After transmission of information to the nervous system process that information. Process means read that information, analyze that information. Brain is the main part in the central nervous system. Okay, brain read about that stimulus and create response. Now, after processing in the central nervous system, response is created. The response, information about the response sent to the muscles in the muscles of organ. Muscles of organ. Now the muscles respond. So you withdraw your hand back. Here these muscles which respond are called effector organs. Effector organs. Understand? So this is the pathway of stimulus to response. So first of all, the organs which detect the stimulus are called stimulus detectors, and the organs which respond are called effector organs. What are the stimulus detectors in our body? Sense organs: skin, eye, tongue, nose. These are the sense organs, right? We detect the smell with nose. We detect the touch with the skin. So these are sense organs. Effector organs means which respond. That means muscles in the body. Muscles, glands. These are the effector organs. Okay. How do we respond to the stimulus? How do organisms respond to the stimulus? To understand this, we can perform an activity. Okay. Responses occur very rapidly. The responses depend on the stimulus. Let us see how rapidly or how fastly the responses takes place. Okay, to understand the rapidity of response, let us do an activity. Holding stick activity. For that you can take a scale or a stick. Okay, and suspend your fingers, thumb finger and forefinger. Okay, the gap between the scale and your fingers should be very close, up to 1 centimeter only. And you mark where you suspending the fingers. For example, I am holding it 5 centimeters. I'm holding it 5 centimeters. And ask your friend to hold another end. You hold here. Okay. Now you suspend like that. At 5 centimeters, I suspended it. You decide to leave. Leave it now. Leave it. Okay. So where did I hold? At 24 centimeters. So you see the gap. So that is the rapidity of the response. It may not be the same in all situations. It changes. It changes. Once let us analyze this activity. Once let us analyze. So whenever she leaves the scale, that is the stimulus. How my body responded to hold it? What is the pathway in this? What is the pathway? So whenever she leaves the scale, my eyes detect that change. Eyes are sense organs. And from that eyes, information reached the nervous system. Nervous system analyzes that, create response and send the signals to the muscles in the fingers. Muscles hold it. How much time it taken to complete this pathway? Fraction of seconds, right? Fraction of seconds. Detecting the change with eyes, transmission to the nervous system processing, creating response, and sending signals to the effector organ. It occurs in a fraction of seconds. This is how fast and how rapidly the responses occur in animals. These responses we cannot observe in plants. Plant very slowly bend towards the light. If you touch the touch me not, very slowly it fold inward. But in animals, there is a nervous system. Nerves are there. That's why responses occur very rapidly. Okay, coordination in the body takes place by the responses to the stimulus. The responses to the stimulus are controlled by mainly nervous system in the body. Nervous system. There is one more system, endocrine system, which release hormones, but mainly nervous system. What do the nervous system consist? Nervous system divided into two parts for easy study. Those are central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. Two parts. What are they? Central nervous system, peripheral nervous system. CNS means what? Central nervous system, peripheral nervous system. Here the central nervous system includes brain. What is this one? Spinal cord. And what are these? Nerves. So these three are the central nervous system. Let us discuss first about central nervous system. The entire nervous system made of cells. Any organs are made of cells only. What are the cells in lungs? Alveoli. What are the cells in kidneys? Nephrons. Like that, what are the cells in the nervous system? Neurons. What are they? Neurons. Neurons are the structural and functional units of the nervous system. This is also called nerve cell. Nerve cell. So first let us discuss about the structure of nerve cell. In nerve cell, three parts are there. Those are cell body, axon, and nerve terminal. Cell body, axon, nerve terminal. First, let us see about cell body. So, this large structure, cell body, is also known as cyton. Cyton. In the cyton, there is a dense cytoplasm. In the cytoplasm, you can see granules called as basal granules. These natural granules are made of ribosomes, a chain of ribosomes. And you can see a large nucleus also. Large nucleus. Nucleus is very prominent. That is due to the function of the nerves. Nerves carry the signals. To do that activity, it has a prominent nucleus. Okay, how do the nerves carry the signals from sense organ to nervous system and nervous system to effector organs? In which form they carry the signals? Electrical impulses. What are they? Electrical impulses. That means equal to the electricity which passes in wires. In our body also, electricity passes with very low voltage. 0.5 millivolts. Electricity signal, electrical impulses. Okay, next. If you observe, some projections are there from cell body. From cell body, some projections are there. Two types of projection, short projections and one long projection. These short projections are called dendrites. Dendrite. And this long projection is called axon. Axon. If you observe, covering the axon, some sheath-like structures are there. Sheath. Those sheath is called myelin sheath. Myelin sheath. Some neurons do not cover with myelin sheath. They are called non-myelinated axons. Non-myelinated axons. This myelin sheath is made of fatty acids. The cells in the myelin sheath are called schwann cells. Myelin sheath is made of schwann cells, which consist of fatty acids. If you observe, the myelin sheath leaving some gaps, there are regular intervals are there. These gaps are called knots of Ranvier. Knots of Ranvier. So what is the use of this myelin sheath means? They act as insulators. You know, above the wires, electrical wires, plastic insulator is there. Okay, that prevent the escape of electricity. Just like that, these myelin sheath prevent the escape of the electrical signals. They act as insulator. The next one, nerve terminal. The axon divided into small branches called nerve terminals. Where do these cell bodies are present in the nervous system? Cell bodies do not present in entire the body. The cell body is present mainly in brain and in the spinal cord and either side of the spinal cord. If you observe, on both sides of spinal cord, some dot-like structures are there. They are called ganglion, ventral and the dorsal root ganglion. These gaps. Two types are there: dorsal, ventral root ganglion. So these dorsal and ventral roots you can observe by the studying the LS of spinal cord. So in this ganglion, brain and spinal cord, cell bodies are there. Next, when you observe the dendrites and axons in the body, you cannot differentiate them. Both look same. You can't identify the dendrites and axons based on the length. Even based on the myelin sheath also you can't identify sometimes because some Axons do not have the myelin sheath. So it is difficult to identify the dendrites and axon difference in the body. Okay, approximately 10 millions of neurons are present in entire nervous system in our body. 10 millions of neurons. These neurons connect each other. One neuron connected to each other. See the structure of neuron, it is branched and long. Why? Because its function is transmitting the signals. So let us see how they are connected each other. So if you observe here, so one neuron connected to the another neuron. How do they connect? The dendrites of, see these dendrites of one neuron connect to the nerve terminals of another neuron. Not only nerve terminals, sometimes the dendrites of one neuron connect to the dendrites of another neuron. So dendrites of one neuron connect to another dendrites of neuron, and the dendrites connect to nerve terminals also. Sometimes they are connected finally to the muscles also, like effector organs. But if you observe the connection, it looks the neuron and two neurons connected very closely. But in real, it's not like that. Where one neuron connected to another neuron, there is a gap. There is a gap. That gap is called synapse. This is the synapse. Here it seems they are connected physically, but there is no protoplasmic connection between two neurons. There is a gap. Through that gap, nerve signals are transmitted from one neuron to another neuron. These signals transmit in the form of electrical signals or chemical signals. Okay? Synapse means the contact region between two neurons. Understand? The functional contact region between two neurons is called synapse. Synapse is a gap. Through that gap only the signals are transmitted. Okay, as I said, in the central nervous system, along with the brain and spinal cord, nerves are there. Nerves. Here two types of nerves you can observe. Two types of nerves. Actually, they are first identified by the Galen, Greek scientist Galen. Whenever people believed all functions are controlled by brain, he observed that not only brain, some actions also controlled by nerves and spinal cord also. So these nerves are two types actually. One nerves carry the first type is the nerves carry the signals from the sense organs, from sense organ to central nervous system. Second type is nerves carry the signals from sense organ to effector organs. Two types of nerves. Another one also is there that is connect both type of nerves. So total three types actually. So let us see them. First one, afferent nerve. Afferent nerve. Afferent nerve means these. See, this is the afferent nerve. These nerves carry the signals towards the central nervous system. Central nervous system. So from where does they collect the signals? From sense organs. Sense organs means stimulus detectors. Understand? See here. The nerve is collecting the signals from stimulus detector. That means muscles of the skin. So from stimulus detectors, it carry the signals to the nervous system, central nervous system, brain or spinal cord. So that's why, since they are carrying the signals of sensation, they are also called sensory nerves. Sensory nerves. See, this is the structure of sensory nerve. If you observe, this is the cell body, and these are the nerve terminals and dendrites. So this type of structure is called pseudo-unipolar. Pseudo-unipolar structure. See this now. There are so many dendrites are there and axon is there. That means from cell body, so many projections are there. But here, from cell body, only one projection. That's the unipolar. This projection later divide into dendrites and nerve terminals. Pseudo-unipolar. Let's start. Next one, efferent nerve. Second one, efferent. Efferent nerve carry the signals from the central nervous system to effector organ. Effector. Effector organs means what? Effector means which execute the responses. For example, you want to take the glass. How do you take the glass? By holding with hands. To hold the glass with hands, signals should reach the muscles in the hands. How do the signals reach to the muscles in the hands? From central nervous system through the efferent nerves. So they carry the responses from central nervous system to effector organs. Usually effector organs are the muscles. So since they are carrying the responses, it is also known as motor nerves. Motor nerves. Third one is associated nerves. Associated. It's also known as interneuron. That means these nerves associate the sensory nerves and motor nerves. That's why it is also called relay neurons. Relay neurons. Understand? Information is transported from sensory nerve to motor nerves through the associated nerves. So like this, three types are there, and the structure of each type of nerve is different. For example, if you observe the interneuron or associated neuron, from one cell body, many projections are exhibited. When you observe the sensory nerve, only one projection from the cell body. Later it divided into two structures. So like that, there is a difference to the structure in the type of nerves. Based on the structure, we can identify the type of nerve in our body. Okay, next we are going to learn about voluntary and involuntary actions which takes place in our body. Usually the involuntary action also known as reflex arc. We are going to learn about this now.